Hello, everybody. It is Marina. I am the CEO of New Coyote Consulting. We are an equity and consulting firm here in Portland, Oregon. Every Monday, I come on this channel and I tell you how my intentions for the week are going to go. That's a weird sentence. Anyway, and every Thursday, I come back and I tell you how they are. It is Thursday, or how they went. It is Thursday. I can't talk anymore. I am tired. My intention for this week was to do more body-led working and to think more about that. One of the things that kind of occurred to me midweek is about reframing. I think I spent a lot of time early in my career thinking about the structures that I could put in place. In my head, when I think about them, they're sort of like buildings, they're infrastructure, they're sort of like engineering projects. We're taking the organic world and we're imposing these inorganic, sort of like mechanized, engineered, very human, linear, plumb structures on top of this natural world in order to sort of like make it conform to the existing, prior to me, structure of capitalism, exploitative, colonial sort of like stuff. Over the last several years, I've been moving farther and farther away from that to a more organic expression. And my major conflict over this time has been, how do I embody my state as this natural thing, this living person, this part of the natural world? How do I embody that state and still operate enough in this other world of structure in order to make money to live, thrive, grow my business, etc., serve my clients? How do I do that? And I was thinking about it, one of the things that I did that made me such a good process manager and such a good project manager was that I would draw big sort of lines around where a person could behave, could produce. And inside of that big barrier, that's where people could be creative and make their own decisions. And that's, a lot of project managers will say that that's best practices, that's what you want to do, you want to be able to honor people's human creativity, etc., etc. And then I thought, sort of like, what if instead of this big box that people inside of, what if what I am doing instead of that is building more of like a framework? So instead of having the outside barriers be set, these parameters, what if it was more like a central line that then you could grow out from? What if it was an intentional pathway that we explored all over? What if instead of building like an aquifer, I am making a trellis? Like, those two things have obviously way different functions. And, I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about delivery, which is what, right? That's an aquifer. That's what I've been doing for the longest time, is delivery. And then we're also talking about sort of like strength, leadership, support, guidance. That's more of like a trellis situation. I don't know what that means. I don't know what like concrete actions that leads towards, but that's where my mind is sort of going, where I know for a fact that structure helps me. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel safer. And I don't want to abandon it, because I think, and it's even in our 10 principles at New Coyote, the opposite of structure, the opposite of racist, colonizer, capitalist, extractive structure is not no structure. It's just different structure. Structure is something that I crave as a person, and it helps me and it makes me feel, like I said, safe, it's supported. Structure isn't the enemy. It's how the structure has been used. It's how the structure has been abused and made, you know, and made people feel bad. So, and made people work against their own best interests and extracted wealth from workers and extracted knowledge from you know, people, indigenous people and Black people and women and all kinds of different cultures where capitalism has extracted that knowledge and pretended to own it, which is fucked up. So, that being said, what does this mean? What does it mean to be a support structure versus a delivery mechanism? What's that mean for me? What's that mean for our company? Truth is, I don't know, but that's what I worked on this week, is just thinking about the shape that this company can have and the shape that I can have within it. And then the shape that we can encourage people around us and in our network to have. So if you're thinking about structures and processes, put it down below. I have already gotten some requests to get moving forward on that work group, that anti-capitalist work group I talked about. So that's in the works coming up. And we can definitely talk about that there. So if you want to be pinged or like emailed or whatever when I start that thing up for real, let me know. I'm thinking that I'm going to put it on like Tuesday afternoons. That seems like a really good place. Like we'll already have Monday and Tuesday morning to sort of like settle in. I think Tuesday afternoon is like a good little safe shelter. So let me know. Put your intentions down below, how you did on your intentions. Have a weekend. I say it every fucking week, but it's significant. Have a weekend. Bye, everyone.